Trading cricket, racing and football, you're listening to the Sports Trader Podcast, brought to you by thesportstrader.com.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our horse racing webinar. We're going to look at a few different things today, and then we might come back to them later in the week and see how you've got on with them and what your thoughts are. I'm going to start off today's webinar with a video for you. It's only a couple of minutes. I only made it 10 minutes ago, just on a race that I did. And I just thought I haven't done a scalping video for so long. And I don't really do it now. For me, it's a 50-50 proposition. And I find it, honestly, a little bit stressful. When you're in running, the prices are moving quite quickly and you're going in for a specific reason. If you see a price bouncing, you can just do some tick offsets and you're getting matched both sides and getting in and out. You're very rarely waiting in running more than 5 or 6 seconds to get a bet matched in an ideal world. Obviously, if you've got a bet placed a bit higher and you can see the horse drifting nicely and you're waiting for that to match, that's okay. That's not stressful. But scalping for me, and it's just an individual thing, is a little bit stressful. I've got bets in, and while I'm waiting for things to happen, I get a bit stressed. I recall being taught by Adam Todd right back in 2009 when we first got trading software, and he was the first person to do it. He likened scalping to standing in front of a moving steamroller and you're just nipping in trying to pick up 10p at a time, and you're in and out really quick. And it's a great analogy, and it's always stuck with me, that you put a bet in and then you're in front of the steamroller and you got to get out before it hits you. And of course, what he means by hits you is if you place a lay on a horse, you want to get that back bet matched before the price drops a few ticks and just leaves you in a nasty position. And so that few seconds can be a bit anxiety inducing. So I'm going to start you with a little video that I've just made, and we'll have a look at it, and then we'll go and try and put it into practice in the live markets. And then to finish off, we'll have a look at some in running. I'll have a discussion with you about some new ways of looking at the markets, because they've changed a lot since lockdown, and we're about to go back into a major lockdown. So I think, in my opinion, we're not going to see on-track traders this side of Cheltenham, and I doubt Cheltenham will go ahead. So what we have now in the markets is what we're going to have until March at least, and they've changed a lot. So what I've done is looked at the things I used to do when everything was normal and adapted it to what we've got now. So we're just going to change a couple of things. We're also going to go and investigate the old back to lay. I did one of those earlier today to show you as well, and it was, well, I won't tell you what it was. I'll just let you see it. Okay, so let's go and get this video up. Oh, there it is, right in front of me. Okay, so if I bring this over here, I'm presuming you guys can see that okay if I do that. Yep, okay. So just give me a yes if the sound's fine when it starts playing, or if you want it turned up or down any, all right? It's only 5.5 minutes, so here we go. Okay, let's have a look at some pre-race. We're going to see what we can do if we want our tick offset, or we'll do it manually. So we're going to have a look at this favourite Purple King. We'll get £200 there, and we'll put it in straight away on the backside. I'll show you why I think this price might be going up. You look at the weight of money there, 63.38 at the moment. If you look on the left-hand edge, you'll see how much money's been matched at which price. And you'll see the figures below this price are much greater than the amounts above. You can see all zeros above us, 0.4, 0.3, 0.8. But below us, you've got 2.2, 2.9, 3.9, 5.1. You see that fourth horse there? It's being fancied in the market, the 3. The 5's around the middle and the 6 is sitting just below centre. So rather than just place one bet, I'm going to go and put a load of smaller ones in there to average out of this. We've got that crossover point. It's getting near there at 3. And that fourth horse at Jaboticaba, I can't pronounce it, but it's getting near its crossover point there of 4 as well. The others aren't really near any vital trading points. So you see all the money down there? Look at all the amount compared to up here. So it's quite thin at the top and it's quite heavy down the bottom. So the price has drifted and there's not a lot up the top there. So apart from just watching the money on this horse, you got to watch these others as well. So there's that crucial crossover point there at 4. You can see that third horse, Fairway Freddy, is starting to get backed again as well. And our one's drifting up now. So you can see all sort of the last two are drifting down or steaming down. Now the second one's going down as well. So if all those 3 are going down, ours is going up. But there's £1,200 there at 3.4, which is a worry. We've got to get through that before we get anything else matched. But it's a good sign with the other 3 getting backed. That third horse has now drifted a bit back to 5.7. This one's turned on the end. It's just hit that crossover point of 4 again and found support. If it breaks through that 4, just going to move it over next to us. If it breaks through that 4 and goes down, then we're going to get all of these matched. But if it doesn't, if that 4 holds, we might struggle to get this favourite any higher. So that one now that's second on the ladder, it's actually the third favourite. You can see we've got sort of joint favourites between the 2 and the 6 here. And the 6 is getting backed and then it just pops back up like that instantly as ours comes down. So now you've got the first and second column coming down and the third and fourth going up. You see how they play against each other? So I'm just going to do some straight £100 trades on either side here. And hopefully with a minute and a half to go, we can get a little drift on it and get some of those matched up the top. I don't think it's going to go really above 360 now. If we can get up near that, that'll be a nice result. There's a big bet at 3.2 come in for $3,000 and then it just disappears again. So someone's trying to manipulate this market into going down. They just throw the big bet in to try and scare everybody. And then everyone starts to back it thinking that big bet's going to drive it down and then they cancel it and do the opposite. There's another £1,500 bet come in there at 3.3. Let's see how long this one hangs around for. It's disappeared there now. So you can see someone's trying to force this market down. Try not to let that fool you. Just be patient while you see how long the bet hangs around. If it hangs around more than 10 or 15 seconds, it's genuine. Gone and cancelled all those others because we're about to get the beeps for the race to start. So we've only got 30 seconds to go here. So that second favourite is now getting back down. It was third favourite earlier. It was up above 4. So it's come right down through 4 to 3.5. But this one didn't go as high as I expected. So we'll just get out of it. There's only 15 seconds to go. And that will do us. We'll just take £11.15. It didn't get a lot of movement, but it's all right. It's 11 quids pre-race. But what you can notice is we started at 3.25 and we finished at 3.25. So the 4 or 5 minutes we were trading that race, the price didn't actually move at all. So there's a bit of pre-race scalping, but for now I'll stick to in-running. All right. There you go. So that was a bit of pre-race I did before. And I really did think that second horse, when I moved it over on the ladder, I thought if this crashes through that barrier there of 4, then ours should go up. But it was actually the fourth and the third horses that went up a little bit. And that's why it's crucial that you keep an eye on 4 or 5 ladders, anything around that price, because just because the second and third horse go up doesn't mean the favourite will come down. It could be the fourth horse that drifts massively. So we'll go and have a bit of a look at that, and we'll see what we've got. So we'll go and get rid of all of this for now, and we'll see where we are on. I'll make this a bit smaller again. I made it a bit bigger for you for the video. What's the time? So it's 2:55 at Warwick. So we'll go and do that one in running, and then I'll do the 3:05 at Lingfield pre-race. So this should take about 5 minutes, and we can go and do some pre-race on Lingfield. So what I'm looking at here is you find if you forget this favourite, you've then got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 horses all around the same price, which is great for in-running trading. And it's a big field as well. So you could even, if you wanted to, I'm not going to do this, but I'm just showing what you can do. You can go and get rid of the favourite and put another horse in at the same price. So now you've got 6 horses all the same rough price there to do your 3-tick offset. The reason I say I'm not doing that is I like to keep an eye on the favourite. And I'll tell you why. When I'm tick offsetting, I may or may not have mentioned it to you before, but here's just a quick example here. Look, see how this second horse is going down, third horse is going down, fourth horse is going down, and the favourite's just popping up a little bit, but this fifth one is popping up a lot from 14 to 19. So the market has to stay at around 100 to 101%. We know that. And a price is just a reflection of the chance of something happening. So if the chances of these 3 increase, the chances of something else has to decrease. And you can see it's this one here and the favourite. Now, if this favourite comes steaming back, one of these 3 will drift. Which one is it? Looks like it might be this third one over here. But anyway, that's how it works. But going back to in running, because I'm going to do this one in running, the reason I like to have the favourite there, even though I'm not going to trade it at all, is it's a huge visual indicator. During the race, if this price keeps coming down, that's brilliant for us because any horse that we're laying is naturally going to drift. So this is going to start around 3 or 2 to 1. So if halfway through the race, this horse is down at even money, that means it's gone from a 33% chance to a 50% chance. So that 17% has to be offloaded on all the other horses. Okay? So do you understand what I'm saying with that, why I want to keep it there? So even though we're not going to trade it, it's a great visual because what it also means is if this favourite gets into trouble and starts drifting up, say it got up here above 4, then I'm interested. I think, oh, that favourite's drifted a lot. Then I'd go and look at it and maybe take a position on it. But at the moment, it's my market indicator. The market clearly expects this horse to win. It's shorter than 2 to 1, and the next best horse is 10 to 1. So there's nothing else in the market. This one's just come under 9 to 1 now, so it's nearly 8 to 1, trading here at a price of 9.0. So see, the favourite's getting back to you. So this is my visual key. If I see this continually dropping, I've got no stress about dropping in tick offsets on these ones. So I don't even really need to watch the race. I can watch this horse here. I'm going to watch the race, but when I'm not looking at it, I can see. So see, it's dropped a bit, so I'm quite happy jumping in there. And as long as this keeps coming down, then all the others just have to keep going up. So now I've just got that little one, and I'm going to go and just find where he is, this guy. So he's sitting in 4th position on the outside, and the favourite is leading. So that's awesome. If the favourite's leading, then it's even better because every time he clears a hurdle, he's going to drop in price. So there's a little gap over there. There's not much money there. There's a gap there, nice at 9.2. I just missed it because I was doing that other one. Not much money here. If you start seeing this thing shoot up like this, don't be too keen to jump in front of it where the money is. Come and jump into little gaps like here at 9.6. Just let it come back to you because the market will bounce. You don't want to see that and go chasing it up. So now I can jump in. There I go. I've got match there. Very nice. So now, as well as watching this price, I can get a visual on this horse here. So he's just dropped again, so I can jump in again. Because if he's dropping dramatically this fave, then this guy isn't going to drop like a stone. The big danger with doing these trades is you must keep an eye on the liability because you have to be aware if this favourite falls, all of these are going to drop, all of them. And then you'll just have to trade the race again from the price of around 4, 5 or 6, if it makes sense. So this guy I'm going to get out of now because he's taken off and hit the lead. So this is where you just take a little loss. It's not doing what I want. So we're going to go and get on that. I should have just done it instead of set it. So you see what happens. You realise when you just think, well, I'll get out because he's taken off. I think he's going way too fast. He's going to come back to them. So just going to be a bit patient here and see if this just bounces back up to me. Because this favourite is not nervous about chasing him at all. He's not going to be caught by, I'll just jump in there while I'm waiting. There, we're out. Now I'm out, I can make another assessment. And this leader is sort of just taken off. So I think he's going to go higher. The whole pack is just waiting back for him. But I'm just going to just see where the price settles. I might be able to get another one just in here now. But see, it's not going up. So it's not, the gaps aren't there. Because it's a leader, you've got all the back to layers on it now. So we're going to go and look elsewhere. We're going to go and look over here and just leave that leader to his own devices. Unless a massive gap comes that I can sort of see over there. He's coming right back to them now. So now we're back in business. See that massive drop on the favourite? The favourite's starting to push a little bit. I think this fave might be, yeah, green guy's in a bit of trouble. This red 7 is one we don't want to be on. This homing one is quite a way back. So he's out there. And this leader's going to, this favourite looks gone, but there's plenty behind that are going all right. So if I just jump out up here now, this guy, oh, he's gone. See if I can get a bit more out of him for that big, I got a much better price than I expected. He's still in the race, this guy, but he's not going to win. Right, that'll do. They're coming down now to the serious part. So this 7, the one I called about a minute ago, he's going really nicely in front. Everything else is right off the bit, and this 7 is just untouched. If he stands up, he wins easily. So he's standing up nicely. He's got one to jump, I think. Here he comes up to the last, pings over it, and he's off for the prize. That'll be him. So that was okay. If we go and have a look at what we did there, because we took a loss on that one, which was good for you to see. So if we go and have a look on, it was this Scottsbrook night. So we're in at 8.6, out at 9.20, in at 9.20, out at 9.8, in at 10.50. Now here's where we took the loss. So we're in at 10.50 and 9, and it didn't go our way. So you just trade out at 7 and just take the loss. Okay. So then you've got a price of 8.11 and you just tidied it up there. So then we've come back in, got in at 11, and I went to get out, I don't know, 20 something. It looks like I got matched at 102, which left me with profit if it comes back down to then offset on the other one. So that was okay. So let's go and have a look at Lingfield. And we'll do some pre-race stuff. Any questions while I'm getting the market up on that in running, or was that all fairly straightforward to you? You see how it was just comfortable that when the race didn't go the way I wanted and the horse led, the favourite was leading and everything was rosy. But then when the one I was trading went past the the leader, just see how it dropped like a stone. Now, normally I try and say to you, just trade what you see. And my head was saying, well, this horse has taken off. He's going way too quick. The others aren't bothered about chasing him, so they know he's going too quick. Just hang in here and you'll be fine. But how many times have we seen a horse take off like that, particularly in Ireland, and then lead all the way, and they don't bother chasing him? So you've just got to be wary sometimes and just bite the bullet, even though my trading brain didn't for 1 minute think that horse was going to win. I needed to get out of it because of the liability. It's like, it's far easier to take a 6, 7, 8, 10 pound loss mid-race and just move to another runner and just trade normally on them than it is to just sit looking at a bad position, get worse, hoping it comes back. Once you're hoping, you're in a bad trade and it's too late. Sometimes you'll get away with it, but you don't ever want to be in a position that I hope this falls. I hope this guy goes past. As soon as you say the word hope to yourself, you know I'm in a nasty position here. Right. Pre-race, you beauty. So there's not a lot of money on this one. So I'm going to go and have a look at him. This one's getting back nicely. So this one might just drift a little bit for us here. Let's see. I like this price of 6. I think it's going to hit this 5 to 1. And if it starts to level out, I'll get on it. So watch the matchsticks. See if it levels. It's still going. Leveling now. Still going. So you don't want to back it till it levels. Still going. Leveling looks like this. See, it's starting to level now. Here it goes. Bang. All right. And then see if we can get out here at 6 again. See if it just touches this. If it comes back a little bit for us. So this one here, we need this guy to sort of level a bit. Let's see if we can get this guy back to 5 to 1. We just need someone to come and back this now. There's not a whole lot of money in front of us. Got 50 seconds. I'll go and get this race on so I can see where they're up to. And this is where it's 50-50. I've got a 50% chance of this flying up now or a 50% chance of it coming back to me at 6. And this is where I get the anxiety. I'm sitting here waiting because this could go screaming up and I'll lose 20 quid or it comes screaming down. It's right where it leveled for me. So I've done the right thing, but this is the part I don't like. So now we just need, bang, there we go, £6.65. Right. So now I think I'll look to do the opposite again. They're nowhere near going in at Lingfield. So I'm looking for it to level again. So see it's coming down. Not leveling yet. Not leveling. Now it's starting to level. Jump in there and see if we can get 8. 5.9, sorry. 5.9. If you don't get it, just jump in there and just take one tick. Oh, I got them both. You beauty. That can happen if you do things. So now we've got a tenner and they're still not going in. So we've got time to do one more thing. A lot of money here wanting to lay this 4th one. So I expect him to start drifting. And so we might see a bit of backing, but there's not one horse in the gate yet. So we can do one more. You can also just go, if you want, get your tick offset and just set it to 1 and just put in. Just jump in there like that and see as soon as it's getting matched, it's starting to offset automatically for you. So I only got half my lay bet matched, but you see I'm already offset and matched. So it can just be a bit quicker than doing it yourself. As your bet is getting matched, I've got it set to 1%. So 1%, as soon as 1% of my bet's matched, it offsets. All right, so they're starting to go in now. And I'll show you a little key trick to stop the problems that we're going to discuss after this race. So that'll do us. Let's go and do that because I need to go and get something set up. What I'm going to quickly do here is I'm going to go and change. You won't be doing this for much longer, I can promise you. We're going to change to the liability button and we're going to refresh the market. So when I come back to here, see it's all liability. And I've got default set to 10. So now see how I've got £11.48 profit. I'm now going to lay the leader of this race on the home turn for a liability of £10, which means I can't lose money on the race. I'm definitely going to win £1.48. But if I can lay the leader nice and low and he gets beat, then we're good. So what I'll do, I'll see if I can just get this race up for you, Betfair video. And we want horse racing, Lingfield. And I'll turn that sound right down and we'll go full speed ahead. There we go. So wait till we get some sound for that. Actually, I don't want that, do I? I don't want to go full screen. I want to go half. And I want to go
back. 2 out, Woke Media and Beautiful Crown.
So I'll make that a bit smaller so we can see the race over there. Make this a bit wider.
Absolute Scenes is still to go in. In fact, it's Woke Media who's already in. This is Absolute Scenes.
So I'm going to get rid of all this over here because we don't really need it. So I can get another ladder in there. Okay.
Very wide, Absolute Scenes.
So I'm looking to see, once I know who's leading, I'll get the leader into this front box. That's the easiest way. And then you'll be able to see. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at ways to try and help you reduce your liability in running. Okay. Because there's things I'm going to tell you after this race that you need to know, and most of you will know them already anyway.
Code of silence.
But we just need to watch out for, and a few guys are having a few nasty losses. So this is one way of avoiding it.
The second division of
okay, so the leader is going to be,
got away pretty well.
Let's have a look who's going to settle down in front.
Is Hemsworth in the centre. Right there too is Code of Silence in the
Hemsworth.
Colours out a bit wider in the blue is Silver Shade on the extreme outside. Absolute Scenes very wide. Just behind them.
So I don't think Hemsworth's leading. Oh, yeah, red with it is. Hemsworth's leading. So this is the one that I want. So it doesn't matter what price it is. You don't have to panic about laying because no matter what price, it's only going to lay to a liability of 11 quid.
Absolute Scenes on the outside of Hemsworth. These two.
So they're going pretty quick. Now, where's the favourite? He's sitting nicely in fifth here in the green with the red cap. See him back here? So here he comes. So I'm getting ready to lay this leader. The market might tell me first. See, the market's telling me already that it's beat. So I'm going to get in at 9. So it's only 125. So I'll get out up there and see if I can get in it again. That's gone.
Vino Victrix in third. Don't Look Back is just behind them now in fourth.
So I'm going to see if I can lay it again at 4.9, and I got it.
Far side Hemsworth. The greyers Don't Look Back. Hemsworth.
Here they all come.
In front to Absolute Scenes on the outside.
He's coming out to the middle. Are these things on the outside going to swamp him? Here they come.
Thrusting home. Vino Victrix and Desert Empire. These two. Desert Empire.
Good old Lingfield, baby.
Second Vino Victrix. Third.
So you see how I still would have won £1.97 if he got the win, but I get $14.50 this way. Yeah. Now the reason that leader did a bit better was because off the home turn, he came out into the centre of the track. If he'd stayed glued to the fence, he would have been beaten a lot sooner. So that's the strategy from the in-running guide in the at Lingfield. But I think you guys know about that one, don't you? So you can see there, he's led and then he's swamped late. Favourite was nowhere to be seen. I think he stayed on the fence and came up the inside, which kills any hope you've got at Lingfield. Because at Lingfield, if you didn't know, the wider you are, you're actually running downhill. Think of the track as a velodrome. So see here, these horses wide. See, he's the widest horse. He's at the top of the velodrome, and now he gets to run downhill, whereas this favourite on the inside is just running on a flat part of the track. So see this guy angling back in the white? He's using the downhill to come, and this guy, the favourite, finds nothing. It's like you running against a mate and you're on a flat track and he's running downhill. He's going to beat you every time. So there it is again. Look, favourite sticks to the inside. Now, this guy's come off a little bit, but he gets no slingshot. The guy that got the slingshot was the guy that won the race because he went for a pie on the turn and then comes steaming down the hill. Here he comes. Look at him compared to the favourite. They're going twice as quick. And not many people know about it, or if they do, they certainly don't say. So I just tell you guys. So that winner was backed a long way out. I think, John, what people are starting to do now is they're starting to look at who's going to get that slingshot on the turn. So the only way that white one could win was to come really wide on the turn, which we know is a bonus. So they get on him before the turn. But anyway, let me go and have a chat with you about what we're going to do going forward. Okay, so I've got a couple of screenshots here to show you. Now, one was from this morning. You saw in that video, in that first race I did, I took a loss. Okay, so here's another one that I did. I've shown the 100 Club this morning, so just bear with me, guys. So here's a race that I did yesterday where I've laid a horse at 3.7 and it just didn't do what I wanted it to do. It might have led, I don't know, something happened and the price started coming down. So rather than just sit in it, you see, I traded out for a loss. So the loss here, 135, 121, it's about £13.35 loss, and then just switched to another horse that wasn't travelling well or was at the back. So don't sit in trades for too long and do nothing about them. But what I really wanted to talk to you about was this. So this is a race that I have used for teaching for a couple of months. What used to happen in running racing before coronavirus was with all the on-track traders, as soon as a horse like this was beat, it would just fly out and it would hit 100, 200, 500. And what's happening now, as you can see, a lot of horses are getting stuck. So this horse here has hit 50 4 times. It's hit it there 5 times, there, and there. But it won't go any higher. So if I've got my exit set currently in today's markets at 100, you see I'm going to win £15.99. But if I set it at 48, I'm going to win 15. So I'm only actually giving up 99p. Okay, and I've got something coming for you that's going to increase that back to $15.99, because what you'll be able to do is, rather than just hedge this evenly for 15, you'll be able to make this horse 0, because we don't think it's going to win, right? Otherwise we wouldn't have laid it, and it will put that extra profit on all the others. But more about that when it comes. This is about just what we're dealing with today. So today I've got $15.99 here, but at less than half the price, I'm only giving up 99p. A lot of the guys in the racing room and some of you web club guys that are new to horse racing, and to that extent, some of the 100 Club members that are new to racing, all you ever know is since coronavirus, because that's when you've joined me. And so you haven't known anything different. So what's happening now that never used to happen is these exits that we're putting in to get out of our positions they're taking a lot longer than they normally would have pre-March to get out. I'd be out of trades like this in 3 or 4 seconds. Now it's taking up to 15 to 20. Now, if you think how fast a horse can run and work out 15 to 20 seconds, it could go from last and struggling to winning the race. And you're going to be stuck with a liability of £72 when you should have won 16. So what I was talking about this morning to 100 Club and what we're going to go and do now is we're going to look at a few different ways to minimise that. And there's things that you can do. Obviously, take a smaller price. That's one thing, but that's going to mean that you get less profit. So if I get out now at 30, I'm going to win 13.87 instead of 16. So rather than just do maybe a £10 lay, I could increase that to a 15 or a £20 lay. Therefore, I only need the price to go up half as much to get exactly the same profit. But that still comes with a little bit of risk, because obviously now if I'm laying a horse at 10, let's just call it 11 for £10, then I'm risking 100 quid. But if I do it for £20 at 11, I'm now risking 200. So I'm doubling my risk, but I'm not doubling my profit. I'm still only going to make $15.99. It just means I've only got the price to go up half as much. So the other way of looking at it is do more trades. That's, a second way. A third way is, in the interim, we can start focusing on back to lay instead of being lay to backers. And I'll show you a couple of little easy techniques to do now on back to lay if you wanted to swap that to reduce the liability. And of course, the final way is just to use liability mode. So if I go and show you all of those that we've just discussed, you'll see how they all work. So I just want to show you one more image before we do. And this was if I can find it. No, that's not it. Let me just see where I've put this. I think I've put it in the racing room. So just let me go and grab it. Where is it? Might be still. I don't know where it is. I hope I've still got it. I had a good screenshot for you. Here it is. I found it. It was just hiding up the top there behind a notification. Sorry about that. Okay, have a look at this. This was a back to lay that I did. I've made £7.33. So it was a lot of hard work. So let me just make it bigger. But all I did was, over this novice hurdle, I just looked at the leader. So, I can't move that down. There I can. So you see my first back bet here was 194 and then offset at 191. So 186, offset at 183. And then I've just put some more in. So when you're backing first, your liability is restricted to that horse. So you see I've done all these back to lays for £10. There must be about 30 of them. I'll go and count them up. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24, 25, 26. So I've done 26 back to lays and then just hedged it at the 1.73. So it's only really moved from 194 to 173. And we've got the £7.33. Now, something that's really cool that's coming for you is, see all of these trades that have done here, every single one of them. Very soon you will be able to do all of them with one push of a button. You just push a button and watch it do all of that for you. It's going to be very, very, very cool. there's a couple of parameters, obviously, which is what you want. The price, if I was doing it with this horse, I would say as long as the price doesn't go above 2. If the price goes above 2, stop doing it. And if the price goes below, let's just say 150, stop doing it. But as long as the horse is trading between 1.2 and 1.5, it'll do all this for you automatically. Bang, 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 bang. It's going to be super cool. Right. So you see how much work I've had to do here to get £7, but we're looking at safety. Okay, so let's go and have a look at the next race and we'll put it into practice. Let's do some live stuff. 3:22. So we've got this Warwick race coming up. So we can go and look at some pre-race on this one. This is nice and easy. This is a nice, easy one to teach you pre-race because you've got this favourite, and when you've only really got a 3-horse race, if we go and turn the other 2 off, this is ideal to learn on. When you're learning, just watch this market. So I'm going to go and take a screenshot for you. So you guys can still see that screenshot, can't you? Because I'm sharing the whole screen, right? So I'm going to go and put the high point here right now is 187. And I'm going to put this high point at 4.4. And I'm going to put this high point at 5.5. Okay. I'm going to go and save that over there. Right. So we don't need that for now. Okay, so now we're just going to go and do some trades. So I'll go and get my tick offset. May as well have it do it for me. I'm a manual trader, but I don't mind doing stuff manually. So I'm just going to feel my way in here and just see what's happening. Oh, I'm going to go and switch back. Hold the phone, guys. Hold the phone. Oh, come on, settings. So I want back to stake, save, and refresh. Okay, so now I'm back to, Bet Trader. Come on, man. Right. You've got to fully let the grid load before you can go, okay, over here. Now, see, I've got a lot of money there and I'm not sure where I am in the queue. So I'm just going to go and trade out of that for a scratch. So now I can look at, now the money's disappearing on it. So now I can go and get back in. I'll go and get 50s. We'll do some 50s. So put that in there. You got 70% up the top here to 28. So it looks like it's going to go up. But when you're watching this market, don't just watch this middle horse. That's only a small part of the puzzle. You've got to watch this guy and this guy. So see this favourite's coming down? So something's going to go up. And it looks like it might be mine because this one's staying flat. So see, always keep this in your mind. It's got to stay around 100, 101%. So if something goes down, something has to go up. So see, now this one's coming down and this one's going up and my guy's leveled out. So if this one's coming down, which it is, and this one's coming down, which it seems to be, there's only one way my guy can go. They can't all come down and they can't all go up. So it's just like not Tetris so much, but it's just like a game of whack-a-mole. If you see 2 coming down, whack the mole in the middle. If you see 2 and 3 going up, whack the 1. If you see 1 and 2 going up, then you can back this third one. Do you know what I mean? But there's not a whole lot happening because, as I say, all the traders at the moment are all on the one horse, all on these 3 horses. There's not a lot of money here. I could get one in here. Look, there's no money on this third one. There's only 50 quid and 50 quid. So if I get this matched, it should pretty quickly offset, even though I've now refreshed the market. I don't have my offset ticked. That's fine. Now I've got it set. So what you want to see is one of them just come steaming in. And you've got 3.5 minutes here, and one of these is going to make a move because I've taken a screenshot already and I'm going to go and compare it when there's like 30 seconds to go before the race. That's exactly what it's like, John. It's a seesaw. When one goes down, the other goes up. And yes, Jason, it is some kind of automation. It's going to feature very heavily on triggered betting. So you will set the conditions. There goes the favourite. Look, bang. So let's go and get on this guy now. We might actually cancel that and see if we can get him come down to 4.2 here. There we go. Bosh. Done. So see that drift up there? And then it's followed by that, and this guy went up. So the two on the seesaw, up, up, my guy went down. So now he's hit this crossover point. I can go and get back in. And now the others are at a high point. The market will want to support them, and so they'll come back down, and my guy will bounce back up. So just to reiterate, you're not just looking at the horse you're trading and going, oh, there's this money here, there's this money here. It doesn't matter how much money there is. Even though it says 66% to lay, that's one small indicator. If both of these start screaming off, no matter what this says, this other thing's coming down. So now I'm just looking. What I like to do sometimes is look for a signal, then react to it like I did then. You saw that favourite was drifting, so I switched around and went bang, bang, bang. Now see, this one's coming down. One of them's going to go up. Looks like it's the third one because this favourite's just flat. So if he pops back up, this guy will pop down. So let's see, is he going back up? Now the favourite's coming down. Look, boom, boom, boom. So we'll go and jump in here. See if we can get in quick enough. I was a bit slow, but you can see it was the right move, yeah? Look, coming down 3 and 1, going up 2. So I'm going to go and get in up here, catch it on the way down, which we've just done. So there we go. So do you see the game that we're playing here? No, I'm the same, Mark. What you do with scalping, Mark, is even as an in-running trader, when the markets are thin like they are today, we had like 7 minutes between races. You either choose to do a cup of tea or you pick up a few quid. So I could go and just take all this profit and back the favourite with it if I wanted to. So I'll go and do one more, I think. Just see if there's one more opportunity. They're lining up. I may as well have the fourth one in, mightn't I? He's in the race. And if I bring that over here for you, and we probably don't really need him, then I can probably get back to here. Where are we going to? Warwick. Now, normally I'd love to tick offset a 3-mile race, but as I've explained to you, it can be quite hard when you've got the whole market on 3 horses. So I don't expect there to be a lot of gaps. So here's one of our new techniques for you, okay? What we're going to do is rather than just do 10-pound trades with a 3-tick offset, I'm going to go and do 20-pound trades. So I'm just going to change that, change that, change that.
TV handicap hurdle. Larn jumps off
Turn
at the head of affairs.
down for you.
On their way to the first of 12 flights with Lords.
Right, I'm just going to do 20 pounds with a 1-tick offset, like
Milan and Present
in here.
held up in the last pair. Larn by
So you can see him leading here.
to the first.
So I might just be on the wrong one here. He might drop.
Forehand chasing the leader. And gave the first
So I'll see if I can just get out of these for a minute. He's not going to drop like a stone,
Mary Milan with Present.
but there's a chance here on the favourite now while I'm waiting for that to just come back to me.
So Larn will lead them.
Do you see there's no real big gaps there?
Heading to the top of the hill. Best part of 3 lengths up on Lord's.
So good money there for the fave. So if he starts to come down, jump in there at 190.
Milan on the outside of Present Chief.
So the favourite is sitting at the back and he's not fussed at the moment.
Larn
So now I'm just doing little 1-tickers
3 lengths in hand
in here.
over over Lord
Bit of money coming there.
and a length and a half back to Mary Milan.
This hasn't dropped too much, so I'm okay with this at the moment. But you see there's no gaps. So if you're happy with where it's settling now, you can choose to come back in. So if I come back in now and it drops again, I'll definitely get out. But now it's found its level for the race. I can just chip away, and within 5 or 6 trades, I'll be back to zero on it. See that favourite's getting back nicely for me now? That's got to help mine go up, because the same principles apply in running. If something steams down, something has to go up. You'll see the same movements. So see, 1's come down and 3's come down, so 2 went up. Does that make sense?
Richard Johnson, just a length and a half in front.
And nothing's changing in the race, so we're quite happy here. And I'm almost back to a winning position without it ever having to come back up to me up here.
Larn leads them over the middle flight down the back straight, rather paddled his way over it.
So he's paddled over that, the leader. Job done. So now we've got 13 quid. So now we can go back to liability. This is another safe way of trading. Okay, so let's go and get 13 in all these boxes, okay?
Head of Lord Springfield and finally present chief.
Okay, so now I can do the same thing without ever going into the red. Look,
Behind them,
no matter what price I click, I'm only risking 13 quid. So as long as you just do one at a time, you now can't lose money. You've secured your profit with your pre-race and a couple of nice early in running, and now you're getting near the danger end of the race. We're just using profit. Now, if I choose to go in twice, that's fine. I'm only risking £13. The 13 I've made and another 13. So let me just show you that quickly. So if I jump in, say, here and here, see if I get them both matched, see it there, 11 quid. That's as much as I can lose. So you can do it twice if you want, but you can really limit your liability by just being a bit smarter and using the settings. I'm the same, Tony. It does put me in a tiz before the race as well. Hence my mind's all over the place. I just think, oh, you know, why am I doing this? But I do like this way for you guys. You can do dozens and dozens of one-tick trades during a race while they're just jogging around. Nothing's changed in the race. Look at them. They're just, it's a 3 mile. And if you don't, I was just going to say, if you don't really like what's happening with that, you just trade out of it. But look at the favourite. See, it's getting backed, which is great for our tick offsets. It's lovely. So we're going to have done about 1 million trades on this one. So here he goes again, the leader. Why has he just dropped 20 ticks? Nothing's changed. So he just jumped back in at the lower price.
As they make the descent towards the back straights. So Larn yet to be headed. Mary Milan has been in second place for almost a circuit. Lord Springfield remains close up on the inside.
And we'll go and trade out of that. This favourite's still coming down nicely for us.
Front-running Larn.
Just doing 1 ticks here. But you see, each time, you're only risking 13 quid. The worst thing that can happen if Betfair crash now is I lose 9 quid. You're not going to go and have £200 or £300 blown banks. And if you can pick up £14 or £15 a race doing it, and you can just do 10 or 12 races a day, that's going to be great.
Lord Springfield just shaken up after jumping the first in the back straight.
So now they're in the back straight. So now I've sort of got to go and make my decision here. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to cancel that £3 liability, turn off the tick offset, and I'm going to lay this guy. So now I'm going to win 19 quid or nothing. But I can just wait till he comes up here. Let's find my exit at 17. We'll give away £1. They're just stalking him. You can see, look, he's giving him a slap there. We're going to get matched in about 3 seconds. We're done. So there we go, £18. Very, very little risk.
level for home and approach the second last. Mary Milan and present chief challenge.
So, yeah, DJ, it just, if you do something like this, and Mike, if you're in, I don't know if Mike's in or not, but he can watch this back. If you get a bit of anxiety about liability, this removes it. If you know that clicking a button means you can only lose your profit and nothing can come out of your bank, it's far, far less stressful. Yeah? So that's just a little idea that I thought you guys might like to consider. It'll take a bit of getting used to. The new software, when it comes out, will make all this far, far easier for you. You'll just be able to do it all with a lot less hassle. But if you know your way around the software, it's okay. So even though Mark and I both agree that we don't really like pre-race, it is a way to get up a bit of profit to then use during the race. Because what's been happening is that other screenshot I showed you, I forgot to do that other thing, didn't I, where we forgot to look at this. Doesn't matter. But that, I forgot to do it. Sorry about that. Yeah, so Darren's saying it feels like training mode, but with something to show at the end. So it is, Darren. You're using money that's not yours. But I think it'll be a lot less stressful for people in running if they know they're not actually risking any money. But even if you don't like the pre-race, let's go and do one more race. And we'll go and look at in running here, 3:40 at Lingfield. Okay. So it's the same thing here. And I'm just going to go and, this is if you just want to do like a straight punt, which some people do. I'm going to risk £25. So if this goes completely pear-shaped, all I can lose is 25 quid. And this is just a simple strategy of laying this leader on the home turn again at Lingfield if he's going to stick to the inside. So I'm going to go and get 4 horses up and I can get rid of that and I'll get the video back up and we'll watch this one. All right, so let's go and get the Betfair video back up. And drag it over here. And it's just a way of, I don't ever do this, but I'm just showing you how it would work because some people love doing this. So I'm just going to show you how to do it with minimal risk. Because what I found and what I know for a fact is if you've already reconciled the loss in your head, it's far easier to deal with. So I'm going into this race knowing that the absolute maximum I can lose is £25. Therefore, I have zero panic about laying a horse here and losing 200 or 500 quid. Because all I've done is turn the software to liability mode and I've clicked 25. So I'm only going to click it once and I'm just going to lay a horse. So this is for people that prefer to just lay them rather than the in running of back and lay. You can also sort of set the software to do this as well. So I'll quickly show you that. See this favourite over here, stop entry tool. So if that horse, Charlotte Asker, trades above 15, I want to lay it for £2 at my maximum price of 20. Submit. So that's done. So if this horse here trades above 15 in running, which you'd have to think if it's a 7-2 favourite, if it hits 15 in running, it's a good chance it's beat. The software picks that up far quicker than I could and will automatically lay it for me. Okay, so that's your stop entry tool. So I'm just going to pick one of these 4 and see how we go. So we got some sound. I think I put it on mute, didn't I? So see how this video's dodgy? We're going to have to get away from relying on this for in-running trading because it's costing people too much money by having dodgy pictures. Oh, there's the sound there. All right, so we'll finish up and do this one. It's looking pretty nasty outside my window. I've had to turn the backlights on in here because it was dark. It looks like it's going to chuck it down.
And the Waterman.
Probably knows about the bad news Boris is bringing us later. Anyway, here we go. So I've got to be careful here. There's two yellow ones. I've got to make sure. The favourite is this one here next to the red diamond.
Waterman.
That's your favourite.
All in for the Betway EBF Nursery, and they're off.
See, how you can't really trade that picture. Look at that.
Also, Mr. Bluebird was out lively towards the outside.
It's cleared itself.
Got out well towards the inner pocket.
But
is handy too.
it's
just off them is Lynn's.
So this Aussie Stormer looks like it's going to lead.
Red and white colours, and then towards the back, the Waterman.
So see, the one that's in a nice position now are these two white ones. Are now the favourite.
In the centre, Aussie Stormer to the
Lynn's boy, sorry.
Mr. Bluebird in the red.
Lynn's boy is in a nice position. He can fan wide. So I'm going to go and lay this Aussie Stormer for a liability of 10.42. He's right on the fence. He's going to get smashed on that fence.
Back in third is Mr. Bluebird, out wide of Colombo.
He can't win on the fence, so I don't even need to worry about it. Or can he? Here comes one down the middle.
At Shala Asker, these two fighting out at the moment.
Or is he going to win and stuff me up being called Aussie? Yeah, he is.
Out to win for Finley Marsh.
He's held on. Typical, isn't it?
Mr. Bluebird and fourth.
But I got my £2 matched on Shala Asker. So there's my £2 matched at 20. And you see, there's no stress. I've limited my liability to 20. You haven't blown your bank laying a leader. So that's good, showing you one that goes wrong when you're doing it this way as well. So see, £20, it's virtually what we made on the last race, 18.50 or something. So there's no bank blowing trading this way, if that's the strategy that you like. And I do like. I thought that was all over. I'm just going to quickly go and have a look at what price that thing traded, because I didn't put an exit in. I was just too busy talking. Let's go and see what he went to. Aussie Stormer. He went to a high of 19.5. So he traded 19.5. So what price did I lay him at? I've laid him at 3. So ideally, I should have probably put an exit in at 12 or 15 or something. But I was just showing you what you can do if you just want to lay and have a maximum liability. So had I traded out, I probably would have won £3 or £4 or something, maybe 5. But that's just a couple of strategies to help you stop losing a big chunk in running. Because at the moment, if we go to this Beverley race, at the moment, this is a nice big field, but if I just go to training mode, and go and put in, say, a lay of 25 quid here, and you're thinking, right, this horse is beat, and you want to get 20 quid out of it, and you put it in here, and the horse comes and trades up here, and you're waiting. Now, the on-track traders would normally have just pushed that right out for you. But what you've got to remember, what has to happen to get this bet matched? The only way this can get matched is if somebody lays it at 28, or eventually when a leader gets right down here, Betfair cross-matching will kick in and match you. But for that to happen, you've got to wait till something goes right down here, and at 28, it would be 104. So if this horse here was to William Alexander, unless this favourite trades 104, which is 1 to 25, I'm not getting my bet matched at 28 unless someone physically takes it. So the time that we've been spending waiting for this is almost trebling what it was in March. So it's just a bit sort of dangerous. So I just wanted to show you a couple of techniques today to try and mitigate that. All right, so I'm going to leave it there with you today. Yeah, Paul's just mentioned as well, went up to 19, so you could have got out. So what I would be doing with my new software is I would just push, if I saw that this horse here was leading, this Ideal Candy, what you'll be able to do is, let's say you've got number 4 key programmed, you hover on this horse, you press 4 and it will go bang, lay it at the last traded price, and you can have it with a 12 tick offset, say here, bang. So if it just goes up in a flash, you're already out. It's going to be super cool. Make it a lot easier. There'll be a lot less manual stuff, a lot less mistakes, a lot more get me out. So I'm going to do a whole webinar when it's ready to come and show you all the features and everything it does and how it all works. And then I'll start sharing it with you all to do some testing, and then we'll be ready to go. All right, so that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much. You'll be able to now go and check your schedule to see when we're coming back tomorrow. I think I'm at 10 o'clock again with Web Central. And I think tomorrow we are doing an IPL game. So I'll just fill you in on that before we go. Rajasthan Royals are batting, and after 9 overs, they are 100 for 1, and there were 4 sixes hit in the previous over and a no ball. 24, 20 for 27 runs. Their current run rate is 11.11. So they are going to be setting close to 200 on this track. And the scoop was before the game, bat first, go big. This has been shaved of all grass, and it is a superb batting track. And there goes another 6. Ay caramba. They are carving it up. Steve Smith, best batsman in the world, is at the crease. So go and watch him, and I will catch you in 100 Club, Web Central, and the Cricket Room. All right, guys, thanks very much. Bye for now.